Hello, Fiona Whitten from Oakville Crafts here. Thank you very much for joining me this afternoon. So this morning I did my first in-person Card A Cuppa, for the first one for 18 months. And it was so nice to be able to do it in person again. It was unbelievable. So I think there was quite a few happy people went away, haven't been able to sit and chat and craft. But this afternoon I thought, I know that there's still some of you who can't attend for whatever reason. So I thought I would carry on doing the virtual Card A Cuppas. So the plan is going forward on the afternoons of the same day that I do the in-person Card A Cuppa, I will do a virtual one too, just for you guys. The added bonus is that actually you'll get to see 4 cards, because the in-person event I take 3 cards that I have made, 3 different ones using the same kit, and then of course here on the virtual event I will make another one in front of you, so that will make 4 cards in total. So hopefully that's lots of inspiration for you to give it a go. So without further ado, so this is the kit that those of you who ordered the kits should have got. So this is the second kit for the month. You will not have the same paper as that. Believe it or not, I have actually gone through 2 packs of painted Christmas paper doing various Card A Cuppas and all sorts of things. So I've run out, so I'm actually using something different. It's from the same paper pack, but it's not the same as you have. So I'm just going to go through the kit quickly. So we have an envelope, as always, so that you can actually mail things. We have an Evening Evergreen, it's Evening Evergreen, I had it right, card base. So this is just a standard card base. You will also in the back have a piece of basic white, which will go inside, a strip of the same paper as the front to be glued on that and go inside too. And then you will also have a piece of soft seafoam, piece of double-sided paper, so it's entirely up to you which side you use. You will also have a rectangle, I nearly said square, but I guess it is kind of a square, it's just not equal size. A rectangle of basic white, which has been embossed using the Hammered 3D. I don't know if you can see it, the embossing. It kind of, to me, it looks more like snake skin, I guess, or something like that. It's a very nice effect. So that's the Hammered 3D embossing folder on that. Then you will also have 2 strips. So you'll have an Evening Evergreen strip, which fits exactly over the same width as the soft seafoam. Similarly, a piece of basic white, which goes the whole width. And then you will have some die cut embellishments. Right, so I have to put my hands up here and also say apologies on this one, because Carol, a good friend and one of my team members, cut all the kits for me whilst I was in the States, and she did a brilliant job of it. I just didn't do such a good job making up my own kits when I got back. So you will definitely have 2 of these leaves. So again, that is in soft seafoam, and you will also have a sprig, which has been punched out from Evening Evergreen, but you will only have 1 sprig of the gold, and it's slightly different. It's like joined up here. I don't know why, but I ended up die cutting 2, and I'm not going to waste them, so I'm just going to go with the flow on this one. So that's what's in my kit, and I'll share with you the cards that I've made and took with me this morning. So this was my first card. So this was I'm going to throw everything at it, use every single bit that I've got. It's pretty straightforward. So I've glued my piece of double-sided paper inside, well, glued it to the white and then inside. And then I glued my double-sided paper to the soft sea foam, and that was also glued to the card base. This piece, the hammered piece of basic white, I put on an angle, stamped to sentiment, because I wanted to show that this is, although this is called the Painted Christmas 12 by 12 paper, I wanted to show you that you can actually use it for other things too. So don't be afraid if you like a pattern and you think, oh, okay, yeah, you know, you can use it for other things. So I've put a thank you stamp on, stamped image on that, and then I simply arranged my embellishments. So the sprig, I simply cut it in half. So I basically got the same bits top and bottom, and then added a couple of holiday rhinestones, which I really, really like because they come in so many different colours. Well, not many different colours. So these are the holiday rhinestones. But it does mean that I don't actually have to colour my basic rhinestones using my blends. So we've got dark blue, which is more like a night of navy. We've got light blue, kind of pool party-ish, green, red, and ambery yellow colour. So these are really versatile. So I use these a lot, which I'm sure you've probably seen them in other Facebook lives and things. So this was the second card that I made. So this is a Christmas card, and the sentiment from here comes from the Classic Cloche stamp set. So it's the Warmth, Joy and Happiness. And for this piece, what I did was I stamped the Warmth, Joy and Happiness, glued it to the piece of Evening Evergreen, and then I just simply put it up against the width of this, and then just cut off the piece that I didn't need. So which is why it's only the width here of the hammered piece rather than the whole width of the card. And again, I cut the sprig in half so I could have them go in different ways, and just arranged it so that I had the sentiment towards the bottom and all the embellishments at the top. And then this is on the inside. So this is the paper that you will have in your kit. So it's this one side and that is the other side to it. So that's the second card. So 1, 2, and then this is the third card, which I just kept very, very simple. So I've not used all of the die cuts, and this time I've just done it as a birthday. So the happy birthday comes from the art gallery stamp set, and this is quite a good stamp set. Other than the fact that there's lots of flowers on it, you don't have to use those. It's just I like the fonts on this, so I've used this happy birthday, but it's got I'm thinking of you, best wishes and things like that. So that's a very good, versatile, all-round stamp set. So I just simply stamped the happy birthday towards the left-hand side. And then to create so you will actually notice, hopefully, that there is a border going all around this. So it's instead of having it going completely across from one side to the other, this has been cut slightly shorter. The way to do that, so you start off with it level so it matches top and side from side to side. If you just slide it over and then make sure that the piece that you have a width here that is double what you want as a width to go around, and then just simply just turn it over and cut that piece off. I hope that makes sense. Cut that piece off there, that piece of basic white. So when you then come to glue it, you will find that you then have a border going all the way around. So that's just a quick, simple way of doing that. And then obviously, because then it's your choice what you want to do. So those were the 3 cards that I took with me. So as I said, so this paper is the Painted Christmas paper. I would show it to you, but as I said, I don't have much left and it's all in bits. So you'll find it in the July to December mini catalogue. So it's here on page 17 and it's a pack of 12 by 12 paper. So that's the one thing that I used. I also used the, where is it? Here we go. The classic cloche stamp set. So I just used the warmth, joy and happiness image here for one of the cards. And then the embellishments, as I said, one of them is a from the Sprig Punch that you will find on page 150 of the annual catalogue. So you'll find that in there. And the actual dies that I used, or Carol used, bless her, were the sunflower dies. So in here you see you've got, this is the one that you've got, and I don't know what happened. I obviously thought that it was two going across the two pieces, but anyway, never mind. And then there's the leaves and all sorts of bits and pieces. So that's what was used to make the kit. And I guess now, really, I need to think about what I'm going to do for the fourth one. 3 cards is easy using the same kit. Four cards, starting to get onto the, oh, I'm not really sure now. I'm kind of running out of ideas, but no, not really. I'm good to go on this. So here, as I said, this is my kit. So I'd say slightly different. It's completely different paper to what you have. I'm going to cheat and I'm going to do the inside first. So I'm just simply going to glue that, and I'm going to use this, the frondy side. So I want that up. That's right. I have to make sure I'm doing it the right way. So I'm just going to glue that onto here. It's up to you whether you leave a border or whether you match it up to the edge completely. I do both, but today I'm just going to go straight with that, and then I think I just need to trim a tiny little bit off, like so. So if you are wanting the kit for October, just so you know, the closing date for that is the 20th. So you've got 5 more days. And if you go to oakvillecrafts.com, at the very top of the page you'll see classes and kits with a little arrow, and if you just click on that, there's like a little pop-up or pop-down that occurs, and then you can just click on the Card A Cuppa kits and order them from there. So that's my inside. Oh, half done already. So the outside, now what am I going to do with this? So I've got my soft sea foam, I've got my piece of designer series paper, and I have my piece of hammered embossed basic white. Now I did actually cheat, and earlier I just cut up this piece. It's 12 centimeters, it's 7.5 by 12, so I've just cut it into 2 centimeter strips. Now you could do it on the trimmer, but I would be very careful doing that because you may find that the blade will snag. So I just used it on my mini guillotine. And I think I'm just going to put some pieces going. I don't know actually. See how I feel. What do you think? I don't know how many I can get on here as well. Da, da, da. Maybe I can get 5 on. What do you reckon? 5? I might even just turn it so that it's going that way. So I'm going to have it landscape rather than portrait. And then put this on top. Do you reckon? Oh, actually, yes. I like that. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do, I think. So that's, as I said, these are 2 centimeter strips. So you basically cut it into 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So you end up with 6 strips. So I have a strip left, which I don't know what I'm going to do with I'm sure I'll find something. Maybe I could stick it on the end of that. Maybe not. We'll see. Okay, so then the other thing that I need to think about is, that's going to go now. That's going to go landscape. That's going to go there. Is what sentiment do I want to put on here? Now I think I'm going to do this as a happy birthday again. So, where was my art gallery? There it is. So I'm going to use the art gallery stamp set because I said I like the font on this. So it's a photopolymer stamp set, which is actually good because it means I can see where I'm actually stamping. And I need to put this on a block. I find it easier to put it directly onto, so that it's actually the right way up, so I know which way, and then pick it up rather than trying to put it onto the block. And then chances are then it will actually be straight. I mean, if you don't mind having a wobbly stamp, then that's fine, but you might not want to. Just ink that up. Now, do I want to stamp that so it's all down one end, or stamp it in the middle? Choices, choices. I think I might go in the middle, or thereabouts. There we go. So that's my sentiment stamped. And that's going to go on here. That's going to go on there, and then I need to decide what I want to do with the other bits. So it's always a good idea to sort of, I always call it a dry run. It's basically, you haven't actually glued anything down, you're just seeing how it will look. Because there's nothing worse than, I might even put that underneath there rather than coming from underneath the Evening Evergreen. Let's see. I might just take that away for a second, because it's kind of, sometimes it's hard to imagine it. So it's always better just to try it first, and then you can always, if you're not happy with it, change things. Do a leaf. Leaves. And then I think I might just keep the sprig whole. I might put that on the top like that. Let's see. So you have to sort of you sometimes have to use your imagination. So maybe I might want to put it down further so that this isn't going to overhang. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to go a bit mad with the glue now. Then obviously if you haven't glued it, you can then change it around if you don't really like it. You do have to be careful when it comes to gluing glue and the foil paper, because if you get glue on the actual metallic portion, it doesn't mark it as such, it just doesn't come off very well. So it'll always look as if there's something on there. So you do need to be careful. Obviously, if you're just gluing it underneath and you're not too worried about things, then that's fine. Failing that, use glue dots, because that's the one sure way of making sure that there's no glue around, because obviously you've used glue dots. On this I'm not too worried because it's going to be hidden by the sentiment that's going to go on. So yeah, it was really nice seeing everybody in person today. It was good fun. I can't believe it was I think we worked out to be 18 months since we had met in person. I think the last one had been like March of last year. That needs to go up a little bit, which is kind of crazy, but there you go. So needs must at the end of the day. Now there is a right way and a wrong way on this, she says. Oh, I think that might be the right way up. So I'm just going to do this quickly. And obviously you can play around and put other things on. If you've got ribbon and stuff like that, then you can, let's see, I'll move that way. That's a good thing about it being using glue. It means that you can move it around slightly for a little while, but not too long. Right, I need some dimensionals because I'm going to add this to that with some dimensionals. And yes, you've guessed correctly. I've put them somewhere, but there you go, found them. So I'm just going to put. Actually, I'm probably going to put a few on here because then I know it will hold the die cuts down, and they're not likely to move around. Especially since it's still wet at the moment, so I don't really want them to move around when I've got them in the right place. Just bear with me whilst I peel these bits off. See, I've got glue on the bottom of that. So, typical. So we're going to put that on there, going across. So it's like that. That's okay, I'm going to put that on there for a second and start gluing all this together. You gotta love this Tombow. It does have a habit, well, maybe it's just because I'm messy. But you don't need too much of it. I just need to make sure that I'm actually sticking it to the right side. Nearly. There we go, going on there. So this is going on to the card front, like so. This is then going to go on top. So the next Card A Cuppa and virtual Card A Cuppa won't be until October. Wow, I know we're only on the 15th of the month, but this is the third Wednesday of the month, believe it or not. It's kind of crazy because the first Wednesday was the 1st, which was the day that I was flying back from the States, which is why I ended up doing a virtual one on the day after. I just could not quite bring myself to do a Card A Cuppa mid-Atlantic. Just didn't seem to work somehow. So we're going to put these on here. Normally I'd say start with the middle, so I think that is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to start with the middle one. Oops. Roughly. Let's see. I can hear you all shouting at me, that's not in the middle. Because you can probably see better than I can. But, oh well. And the just so you know, the embossing folder, actually it looks good both ways. Let me just put this piece on and I will show you. So that's the reverse side of it. So you could, if you wanted to, glue the other side and stick that on so that that is on the top, but I do like the other bit. I'll put that in the middle there, and then this is when you notice then that you're kind of not lined up. Hopefully I've got enough on there, yep, on there that I can just move it a bit. That's not so bad. That's the good thing about glue. gives you a little bit of time with some wiggle room, so you are able to actually move things about if you need to. And then the fourth one. So yes, so I was saying Card A Cuppa next month will be on the 6th of October and the 20th of October. So that's the 2 dates for next month. And then I will still be going live every Wednesday like I have been over the last 12 months. It's just not necessarily going to be, it's not going to be the Card A Cuppa obviously, it's just going to be me doing some card and stamping techniques on the Wednesdays when there is no Card A Cuppa, and that will still continue to be 10:30 in the on a Wednesday morning, just so that you know. I mean, obviously I will keep going with the Card A Cuppa lives in person as much as I can. Who knows what's going to happen over the winter months. Hopefully we will still continue to be able to meet in person, but it's just, I guess it's the nature of this COVID that you really just cannot predict what is going to happen. Well, you can't really predict what's going to happen from one day to the next, let alone from month to month. It's kind of silly really, but such is life, and we just get on with it. So I'm going to put that, I think, there, like that. Oh yes, I like that. And then I'm just going to add some of these holiday rhinestones for good measure. I'm not going to add it to here. Actually, no, I might, now that I've said it. So I'm just going to use my Take Your Pick tool, because that's makes it really simple to pick these things up, because you just literally touch it and slide it and it just comes off. And let's see, put one there. And these holiday rhinestones are also, I don't know if you've noticed, in 3 different sizes. So you have the large, so you have 2 rows of large in all the colours. You have 2 rows of medium, and then the rest of them are the smaller size. And I think it's 140 in total, and the sizes are 3mm, 4mm and 5mm. I might not go that one, I could just take that one up for a second. No, where does that seem to have pushed it down? Let's see. Do I want to put some more on? Maybe I'll push that one up a bit. The rhinestones, if you're careful, you can just place them down, and then if you're happy, then actually push them down with your fingertips, and then they're not going to go anywhere. So I think, yep, they say keep it odd, so it's odd numbers, there's 3 there. Could go mad and do 5, but that's for me, that's going a bit over the top. I'm very much a less is more. So that is card number 4. So I hope you like that one. So it's just straightforward, simple sentiment, cutting up my piece of embossed basic white into 2cm strips, and then just gluing them on. It's got a strip left, and then the inside has simply got the paper in. So that's card 4, and then I'll bring back in the other cards. I'm not quite sure I can fit them all on here. I'll do my best. Actually, you know what, I'm going to go there, there and there, and then I'll put that one here. I know I still need to add the ones from the last Card A Cuppa. Just got a bit behind on things at the moment. Been so busy concentrating on the kits that we've been making up for the Christmas stamper stack at the on the 25th. It's now that's all now finished. All the cards have been cut. I think it was they were making 20 cards each. So, and there was 11 kits, so I mean, I'll let you do the maths, but each card had like 5 or 6 different pieces on, so yeah, there's been a fair amount of cutting going on the last week or two, but it does mean that come Stamp and Stack Day that people can just simply do all their stamping and their sticking, and then they're done, because all the boring hard work's done for them. But there you go. Anyway, so those are my forward cards from today's Card A Cuppa and virtual Card A Cuppa. I will get photos up on the Facebook page as soon as I can, and I will see you, well, I'll see you next week, but it'll be Wednesday morning for some card and stamping techniques. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but hopefully you'll enjoy it, and please leave a comment, because I can't see comments when I'm doing this, so if you've got any questions, leave a comment. I will get back to you. If you're interested in any of the products, then also get in touch or visit oakfieldcrafts.com and click on the shop button that you'll find at the top. So thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye.